혼자야?
혼자야?
너네 누군지 아니? 얼핏 작쟁이야!
네 누군지 아니? Hello everybody, welcome to Samsung TV. I'm your Korean guy, Samsung. Today we are reviewing the movie The Outlaws.
야, 숨 쉬어, 숨. 아이씨. 와, 깡패다. 뭐야, 이 넌 누구야? 돈 받으러 왔는데 뭐 그거까지 알아야 되니?
이름이 장첸이라고 독사를 죽이고 조직을 통째로 먹었답니다.
어떻게 내 돈을 누가 갚을래?
So what are we reviewing? No script today. So the movie is about, what is the movie about, Sean?
It's about gangster
So it's about gangsters.
and the cop.
So in the cop, war breaks out between gangsters, and in the midst of it, there's a Korean cop who is trying to catch this Jang Chan character who is trying to overrun the gangster society in Korea. So this Jang Chan comes from China and starts to run his own cartel, and then encounters Ma Hyung-sa, the detective Ma. And you know, they get in a huge fight and brings him to justice and all that. I know that part of this was spoiler, so I know Sean won't.
That's not a spoiler, right?
잠깐만. 보통 무슨 얘기하지?
어.
This movie was really popular in Korea because there was a lot of language that came from China. Korean people, like a certain racial ethnic group, if they grew up in a different country, even though they use the same language, they develop their own style of language. And this is, we call this 연변말. It's another dialect of South Korean that is being used in China. 혼자야? 아니, stuff like that. I don't know the whole shebang. As far as the casting, we have two main leads here. We have Dong-seok. We have already talked about him a few times already in our show. He's been in different shows like 신과 함께, in The Champions, 부산행.
여기 있는 망자 김수홍의 재판을 허락해 주십시오.
저승의 율법을 어기고 있는 골칫거리 성주신을 척살하고 허준삼을 저승으로 데려와라.
너 나 몰라? 응? 야, 내가 너네들 천년 전에 쳐 죽을 때 저승차사였어.
그러면 우리를 직접 저승으로 데려갔다는 거야?
아니, 그리고 넌 무릎을 꿇고 반말을 하니? 이게 무슨 경우야? 잘 들어.
이번에 한국에서 팔씨름 대회가 열리는데 형 딱 한 번만. 한국에서 비즈니스 나한테 맡겨. 심사숙고해서 플랜 싹 다 짜놨으니까.
호텔은 어디야?
저기. 한국 오면 뭐 누구 찾고 싶은 사람 없어?
걔는 같아 오빠 너무 커
우리 마크랑 무슨 관계예요?
사실은 저희 엄마 아들이에요.
이번 주말에 부산에서 팔씨름 이벤트가 열리더라고.
보통 사람들하고 이벤트 하는 건데 그쪽이 왜 끼냐고!
우리 삼촌도 보통 사람이야 못생겼다고 놀리지 마
여기서 결승만 진출해도 세계대회 출전권을 받을 수 있대.
Well, let's do it.
안녕하세요 everyone, welcome to Samsung TV. I'm your Korean guy and here we have our guest again. Today we are reviewing Train to Busan. Dong-seok was a supporting actor for a long time. He made a bunch of appearances in different movies. Little by little, his portion in a movie became larger and larger, and eventually he became a main lead character in different movies. So successful actors that really began from the bottom. So
And he was the coach of this MMA superstar, Mark Corman.
Mark Corman.
He
What?
was yeah.
Wow, Ma Dong-seok was a coach to Mike Corman.
Yeah.
I don't know him. Our second lead is Yoon Kye-sang. He's well known for not his acting career, but I don't know if you guys know, but he began as an idol group, God, God. I really, I really hated this name because why are they trying to be God? Why is their name God? I don't like the name God being used for for music band. But so they call it God, but it's God.
난 네가 싫어졌어 우리 이만 헤어져 다른 여자가 생겼어 너보다 훨씬 좋은 실망하지는 마난 원래 이런 놈이니까 제발 더 이상 귀찮게 하지마 그래 했어 미안했어 거짓말을 했어 내가 결국 너를 울리고 말았어 하지만 내가 이래야만 나를 향한 너의 마음을 모두 정리할 수 있을 거라고 생각한 내 마음을 내 결정을 어쩔 수 없음을 이렇게 하지 않으면 네가 날 떠나지 않을 것임을 알기에 너무나도 잘 알기에 어쩔 수 없어 널 속일게 하지만 행복해 떠나지만 나를 잊어줘 잊고 살아가줘 너를 잊지만 나는 그래 나는 괜찮아 아프잖아 내 걱정은 하지 말고 떠나가
So Yoon Kye-sang, it's the Jang-chan. 혼자야. It's a cartel wannabe trying to overrun the Korean gangster society. A lot of people did not appreciate Yoon Kye-sang from the get-go because he was a singer and trying to be in the acting industry. He had a lot of disapproval, so he had to try countless times over and over in different shows to really prove himself. And this movie was the very first time that he was really accepted by his ability to act in a movie film. So this was the first time where Yoon Kye-sang played a villainous character. He did really well actually. Everybody was surprised. I guess being able to play that kind of a evil and bad figure, gangster figure, really allowed him to prove to the audience that he knows how to act. All right, story. Story was very simple. In Korea has a bunch of gangster movies. Korea has a long history of gangsters and mafias and intertwined with the government. I'll stop there. But, so there's a lot of gangsters movie in South Korea, and maybe we should do one of these days. What's that movie? 신세계. I don't know the title in English. 신세계 should be more like a new country, new world, something like that. But I wish we have the opportunity. But this particular gangster movie, as far as plot and story goes, is pretty typical. This Chinese guy coming to South Korea trying to take over the cartel, and steps on Dong called Ma Dong-seok. He runs into the detective Ma and gets into all kinds of trouble. So that's the idea. It's pretty simple, yet fun and exciting. Packs a lot of action scenes and a lot of good actings of the characters makes the movie more interesting.
Very graphic.
Yeah.
Very graphic.
However, very typical, very obvious story development. One other thing is how did they capture the audience? How did they manage to engage the audience into the movie? Like I said before, coming back to what I said in the beginning, is the language, the use of the language.
아니 그거 빼면 죽는다. 어떻게 할래?
또라이야 뭐야 이게.
예수야.
너네 누군지 아니? 얼핏 작전이야 이 개새끼야!
Right? This fun way of speaking kept the audience really entertained, and like the minute everybody got out of the movie theater, everybody started speaking in this language. 혼자야. Anyway, 장첸이야. 누군지 아니? Right? So that was a really a key particle, key aspect of the movie, language. And you know, a lot of people when you think about movie don't think about this kind of stuff. But you know, language played a big role in this movie. So I think that was a great aspect of this movie. And thinking about this one had a place in my heart. Though very typical, this one had a place in my heart as far as talking about the nostalgic effect. I think I went back to watch this movie a few times because the use of the language, right? How the story developed, how the good acting of Yoon Kye-sang and Dong-seok really made me want to come back and rewatch the movie, and even the use of the language
And supporting actors.
and the supporting
They
actors.
really look like real gangsters.
Yeah, and not just right, not just the Yoon Kye-sang alone, not just Chang-shin alone. The rest of the supporting actor, the use of the language, the acting, and the display of the gangster society. Everybody looked like real gangsters.
Yeah.
They used like the ugliest faces, the most dangerous faces in the film,
Yeah.
and they did a really good job.
That's a really good job.
Simple is not bad. Many times when we say simple and obvious, people think that it's a bad movie. But as much as simple and obvious this movie was, the acting was great, the directing was great, and the setting and the environment was great. And I give it a big plus. So Sean, what do you think? What's the score?
8 out of 10.
You know, I want to save a lot of big points. Sean just likes to give high points to the show. Like, he doesn't save up. I really want to say that 8 points, 9 points, 10 points for really good shows. Like the likes of, you know, we haven't seen one come through yet. Sean would like to give 8, but you know, I would have to agree this time. An 8 is a good point. With this movie, definitely deserves an 8. So, do you want to teach any Korean to the public today?
근데 누군지 아네.
누군지 아니? This is in the proper Korean. This was 내가 누군지 아니? 내가 누군? Do you know who I am? But in Yeonbyeon, in the Chinese, it's not. This is not Chinese. It's the Korean, like dipped in Chinese. Okay, and they say 니네 누군지 아니? 혼자야. 니네 누군지 아니? That means you know who I am. Do you know who I am? 니네 누군지 아니? That's it for Samsung TV today. That's the Korean word. I'm your Korean guy. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, and hit the rate button, and I will see you next time. 안녕히 계세요.